podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
I'm so wasted!
No, it's like we do it on purpose. You know that? It's really getting to that point. It's not that kind of wasted, people. Our favorite song isn't Kansas's timeless classic, Angel Dust in the Wind. No, it's more like we're going to be a complete waste of your time, like winning 111 games in a row only to lose in the final four.
Did they really? Did they really?
Last week, I said that women's college basketball wasn't even a sport anymore due to lack of competition. Apparently, the Mississippi State Bulldogs were listening to the show and decided to single-handedly make me look like an idiot. So I'm never going to say anything contentious ever again.
That's, yeah, okay.
Now, granted,
I'm holding you to that.
Yeah. Granted, it was a last-minute buzzer beater in overtime, but still impressive.
Oh,
ladies.
Doesn't count. They didn't do it during the normal time? Fuck, I'm out.
Instead, that useful, productive hour will be replaced by two ignorant, uninformed, ill-conceived, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions that they have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. With that said, if for some god-awful reason you enjoy wasting the precious little time you have on this earth, like, seriously, a full-grown giraffe is going to come out at this point. I don't even know how long gestation is. It seems like a decade. Somebody go help that giraffe. It's got to be tired by now. Search for Another Wasted Hour on all social media sites. Share, follow, mention, like, and review us. Also, please subscribe to Another Wasted Hour on iTunes, Google Play Music, or Stitcher, and review us there too. Our goal is to convince you that where we hail from outside of Washington, D.C. is just not a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture, as impossible as that may seem. So, now that you know why you're here, I'm Keith, and across from me is my co-host, Victor. Victor, why are you here this week?
Honestly, Keith, my mom said I had to.
Oh.
She also said I had to be nice to you.
Really? Otherwise you're grounded?
And that I have to invite you to my birthday party.
Oh, that's really sweet of you. I didn't even know you were having a birthday party.
I guess you're invited.
Oh, thank your mom for me.
Yeah, she likes you. I don't know why, but
Probably.
whatever. You know,
yeah.
I'm just trying to be like an independent person, and just so flustering that I can't even, you know what? My dad could totally beat up your dad, and I'm going to walk away with that satisfaction. So suck on that.
Have you considered moving out? That might make it a little more independent.
That just sounds stupid.
You
sound stupid right now,
to
Keith.
Pay for your
That's
own.
dumb.
Yeah, that is. No,
you have bad ideas.
You have a really, really valid point there.
Yeah.
Especially when you say it that way with no facts.
Well, you think you're cooler than me? Why are you here?
What? Oh, I'm here to filibuster the show.
Oh, great.
All I have to do is keep talking continuously until you decide to cancel the show, and then we don't have to do the show anymore. So there. It's that simple. That's by law what is happening in the Constitution.
Beep. We are sorry. We are experiencing technical difficulties because Victor pulled the plug.
You're just like, done. You can stop filibustering. I don't want to do the show anymore. Finish.
Nope. I never wanted to be here anyway.
Stop talking.
Mom said I had to.
I'm out.
But before we carry on, I'd actually like to give a shout out to a guest we had on here previously, Manny Ramos, the boxer.
Oh yeah, our amateur boxer friend.
Yeah, our amateur boxer friend.
We only have
to
one.
be his friend because he'll beat us up if we're
right.
not.
He's our token boxer.
He fought though. He went to that tournament.
Oh yeah, how'd he do?
He did really well. He made it all the way to the finals. He won his first win. By knockout.
You practiced this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah? Okay,
he knocked
good.
somebody the fuck out. Guy hit the canvas. And the next day, he went through all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And unfortunately lost by decision.
Now, for the people that don't know, this was a Golden Gloves tournament. So it all happened over, I guess, a weekend. Is that how it works?
Yes.
And so he got to the finals of the entire local tournament, the regional tournament.
Right.
And if he had won that, he would have gone on to, I believe, like a national tournament for the entire country.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
And this was
pretty
his first time back in the ring officially after a very long couple years hiatus. So congratulations, Manny.
Yeah.
Nice work.
If I had done
Way to
that,
not get knocked out the fuck out.
yeah, I would have gotten knocked out in the parking lot if I had participated. So very good job. All right, yay, Manny.
Woo! Anyway,
next year
all right,
we'll
Manny, stop stealing the spotlight and shut up.
We'll expect more from you next time,
Right.
Manny. All right. So, but now to the guest at hand. We actually have two lovely gentlemen who, as far as I know, have never thrown a punch. And so
could tell,
in studio, what's that?
I said you could tell, huh?
Yeah.
Is
Is
that
it
obvious?
that plain
Yeah, you
to
didn't
see?
you don't seem like violent folks. So we have Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers. Michael, here you are to my left.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. And we have actually Sam Cooper.
In the
Also to
flesh.
your left.
Yeah.
Also, hello.
So this is not like Hootie and the Blowfish, where there's an actual Hootie for this particular band.
Well, my name used to be Ted, but actually we changed it because we got that comment all the time. They said this is just as, if not more, confusing than the whole Hootie situation. So,
Fair enough.
legally in the
Yeah.
state of Maryland and others, my name is Sam Cooper.
Nice. Well, that sounds good. I mean, I think it's probably a better name. It sounds a little bit more like you're about to hijack an airplane, which is
Yeah.
great. I think that's
Why I chose it.
Yeah.
Or
it's
like
good.
you robbed a bank,
Mm-hmm.
If
I take it.
and if anybody asked, it was Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers.
Right. Right here, you say.
We're gonna be hitting every bank in town.
We're using these guns.
They're made of wood, but they still work. That's scary.
We carved them out of potatoes.
We're also 9 years old. Did you guys hear
Colored
about
him
that?
with shoe polish, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you
Wooden
go.
potatoes.
Little did we know a crime spree is in your future.
Yep.
Just make sure to return the money a week later.
Allegedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like Looney Tunes is going to be first national bank, then second national bank, third national bank.
you just go
all
down
the way
the-
down,
yeah.
right down the line.
It's too obvious.
Right.
You throw off the pattern by then at around 6, you do something else.
Where are they going to
right.
hit next? I don't know.
The seventh
I don't know.
national bank, and then go back to the sixth.
So tell us a little bit about Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers. If you were to describe yourselves as a part of the record store, if there was a such thing as a record store still, where would your album be next to, or where would people see influences of what you guys do?
Well, we'd definitely be in that, umbrella section, pop rock.
Pop rock. Okay.
But I think just like every band, our influences are many and mostly boring to talk about. But
I'm framing it. That's all I'm doing. We're not going to go deep here.
We call it psychedelic dustcore
Okay.
as a joke.
I like this.
Because
joke.
well, we're if you want to
Yeah.
if
Okay,
you want
no,
to make
just
it
sell
real,
it. Just-
we're gonna complain, but
just own it.
until people make it real, it's a joke.
We had
Right.
porn funk, gypsy porn funk a couple weeks
Mountain
ago.
gypsy
Yeah.
porn funk.
Mountain gypsy porn funk. That was it.
Yeah.
They
So-
plowed all of Boston.
Wow.
Wow.
For you guys, I
So it's a lot of influenced by the 60s and 90s kind of music.
Is it just
But
because you got the 9 and the 6 confused?
yeah, that's right.
Got it.
so I hear a little.
highbrow, huh?
I hear a little bit of that kind of like that Pink Floyd jam band kind of feel, but less jam. It felt like it was a
Yeah.
little more polished, a little more thoughtful, and a little darker, I think, than what you would usually hear in that kind of genre.
Yeah, we actually hate guitar solos. We like composing stuff, but we don't noodle a whole lot. It's a lot of composed, very sort of
That's what I was hearing.
contrived music, really. But we strive to make something.
There's an epicness to it, though.
But
that
it was
you
it was
notice.
you
it was
just made his
patient
day, by
also.
the way.
Yeah.
It was
Be still my
patient
heart.
music. Like you would take as long as you would need to build something up. Like it wasn't nothing frantic, nothing rushed. Everything was really, really deliberate, and I like that about it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we took 5 years to record this album too. And
Wow.
I think you can sort of hear that the fact that it's just like we had so much time and opportunity to sort of be like months after first recording a song, be like, oh, I hear this counter melody going on in my head. Like, let's just throw it on there and see what happens.
That's
And-
awesome. A lot of time.
And we
to
ended
tweak.
up using 95% of what we came up with
Nice.
down the road, but otherwise it was a horrific, grueling task of reshaping and remixing, and just to be able to say that it's any kind of done now is really
So what brings you here tonight? I mean, after 5 years of recording,
Right? Why not 6? Fuck it.
right? Why not just be like,
yeah. It might have been
we'll be
6.
by
I think
next
I lost
year.
count. once you finish a project like that, part of you thinks that it's terrible. You know, it's just, oh my God, I've spent 5 years on this piece of shit. It's just, I hate it and everyone hates it. Like, and then,
well, you're in luck. We agree.
Thank you for bringing me down to earth. It's terrible, right?
We just wanted to be friends and agree with whatever they said.
I like that. I need more yes men in my
life.
We're
agreeable.
Yeah.
But then the other half of you, says, I think this is actually really good and I want to get this out. So we're trying to sort of, step out into the world again. While we were recording, we didn't play that much. Both of us have been playing in other projects a whole lot, just busy. And Sleepwalkers has sort of gone underground as a recording project for years. And we've only played a few shows here and there, but
you have a few coming up right now, right?
Yes, we do.
So tell us really quickly kind of what those shows are that are on the docket.
Actually, just at I believe the end of the week of when people are listening to this, we will be in the Midwest. On the 14th of April, we're going to be in Canton, Ohio, playing a place called George's, and then on the 16th, we're going to be in Detroit, Michigan, playing PJ's Lager House.
Nice.
Yeah, and then on May 12th, we are having a local show in Baltimore. At the Crown.
Oh, okay, great. So if people want to check you out locally, they can catch you on May 12th at the Crown in Baltimore.
Yeah.
If they're up for a road trip, Canton, Ohio, you can go see the Hall of Fame for baseball, I think it is, or is it football? And then you can also check out their show.
No one cares about sports.
Canton, Ohio, though, I have to confirm is the Sodom and Gomorrah of Ohio. I was there on tour with actually, myself as solo artist, but I'm also in the band that I was touring with this summer, and we played in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah,
and there's some sort of First Friday going on, and the streets were just it was Bacchanalia, Saturnalia. It was just it was pure bedlam. Just
there's nothing else to do in Ohio.
Exactly, like East Coasters do not know how to party like Canton, Ohio people do.
No, you know what it was?
Wow.
Fucking Sam Cooper's here. Holy shit!
That's
I guess so. Yeah,
I can attest that Detroit's the same way, but more murder.
I'm looking forward to catching that.
It should be fun.
I would
Should be
duck
good times.
more just while you're there.
Just crawl. Just crawl the whole time.
Exactly.
That'll be fine.
Just do the belly crawl as you go through.
Serpentine.
Yeah, we're loading in, just back and forth. So awesome. We have a track from your new album that we're going to be playing later in the show. If you are impatient and have to listen to it now, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and you can listen. We'll be talking more about that a little bit later. Moving on, though, we have a very important role for you guys. This is a segment called The Weather Report.
So this is where we hit you with some headlines and a couple news stories, and you guys decide whether or not they should have been in the news. Please use the most arbitrary criteria that you can imagine.
Yes,
like you
whatever you feel
ask.
like it.
So you feel free. Yeah.
First
We're
up,
very excited, aren't we, Michael?
Oh yeah. I'm looking at the board here. And,
did you just pee?
A little bit. It's fine though. I was cold. Now I'm warm, so it's fine.
Cool. Works, man.
Yes.
So first up, we have April, and in case Keith hadn't gone into a spiel before, yes. It is the giraffe. Her name is April. This was published on April 1st, but the title is, no joke, April the giraffe is still pregnant.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. She's still walking around like a thing. You think gravity would just do it for her at this point. It would just fall out of her.
At this point, I'm surprised she doesn't throw it up. It's been in there long enough.
It just becomes that she sheds her skin and there's a new giraffe underneath.
She peels away baby giraffe underneath like a piñata.
Right.
That's the life cycle of giraffe. Right? They just fill the shell of the one before, just
slowly eating the mother.
Yeah, just
slowly eating the mother.
Right.
And then shed that skin, and then a new giraffe grows from within.
So you're saying,
It bursts out of the chest.
I just watched Alien. It's in there, right? Like it's in. Yeah.
so you're saying that it's basically there's a zero-sum game on giraffes.
Yes.
No giraffes die or
There
are born.
have been a set number of giraffes since the beginning of time.
It's like
Fun fact.
It's like Doctor Who, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. So they go into a phone booth. They come out a new giraffe.
So, no giraffe yet.
No
What
giraffe.
do you think? News? Not news?
That's not news.
Come on, not news.
Not
Not
nearly
news.
enough news. That is literally a non-event.
I would-
April Fools, nothing happened.
They have some 150,000 people still watching the live feed. So
Yes.
I stand corrected.
just thought
insane.
just saying. Just saying.
I never want Victor to actually get a news, a positive news, but I feel like this is news. It's been like a month that she's actually
It's
supposed to
not
be giving
news
birth.
at all. That's going to be the most anticlimactic thing. I'm like, oh, look, a giraffe. I Googled baby giraffes a month ago. We're good.
It
They're
looks
cute.
just like
Move
that
on.
one, but smaller. Got it.
So what do you have for us, Keith?
All right, I have. You guys might be aware of the very vicious and prehistoric TRex. It is one of the most vile predators that has ever roamed the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, experts believe that male and female Tyrannosaurus rexes were actually very sensitive lovers.
What?
Yeah. They would rub their sensitive faces together in a prehistoric form of foreplay. So they were nuzzling.
How do they know their faces
where are
were
they-
sensitive? I mean,
What are these fossils of the
How do
nose
they know this at all?
nuzzling
Yeah.
sensitivity?
Exactly. Well, I'm guessing there were worn spots. That's all I can imagine.
Right.
Right. It's like that
Ooh.
part was polished. And so
the
I don't
super
know.
worn down T-Rex. What a Lothario.
But that's what throws me, right? Is
Hey, don't hit the player, hit the game.
you're used to like it just ripping a stegosaurus apart. But no, apparently I like to think it went up to the stegosaurus and was like, hey, and just rubbing up with it. What's
So,
up? How's it going?
Basically, you were saying is that the T-Rex was a cat.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
runs up and
Exactly. It just headbutts everything around.
If you think about it, it makes total sense. I mean, they got the short little arms. They can't caress,
Yeah,
right?
no
You're not
hugs.
going to caress with your giant taloned hind legs. What do you got?
Yeah.
A tail? That sucks.
Yeah.
Nose.
Yeah.
So
it makes
of course,
perfect
it
sense.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. A very
And
vicious.
apparently they also had a very acute sense of smell. I don't know if it was connected, but
Right.
it seems all in the same.
It could be.
That could just be like bullshit from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Swimming around my head though. I have no idea if that's
they
scientific.
can't see you if you don't move.
I think the scientists are just,
That's a fact. Everyone knows that.
yeah.
we can tell what sort of eyesight they had from this hole in the socket in the skull.
Right. They didn't have very good eyesight. No eye.
Right?
I think the scientists are just guessing by process of elimination at this point. Though. They're like,
They're just saying stuff and seeing if it sticks.
right. You guys are buying the nose thing, right? Sweet.
They also had feathers. What?
Yeah.
Oh, feathers. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Stegosaurus could fly. You guys buying that?
Well, it was mostly gas anyway, so yeah, it just floated. Sure.
So is it news or not news?
You know what? I'm going to say it is news because I think we all need more and more examples of how expectations can
Yeah,
be
that's true.
subverted
Whoa.
and how
Shit's getting
you
real.
know,
I think they
like,
subverted all over each
personality
other's
is
faces.
a spectrum. Yeah, you finished it better than I did, right? You finished.
So I got one for you. Enterprising badger filmed burying entire cow after stealing it from scientists.
What the hell?
I'm calling bullshit immediately. Go ahead. But
No, they were trying to study certain feeding habits of vultures.
Yeah.
So they left a cow out,
As you
dead,
do.
carcass, tasty beef, whatever, and out comes a honey badger that don't give a fuck, grabs the whole thing, drags it off, and buries it. It's like saving this bitch for later, you know.
Right.
the whole thing.
You don't know that.
Ruined the whole experiment because they couldn't just like get up and shoo the badger away.
Sure.
First of all, who wants to go up against a badger
No
that's
one.
ballsy enough to steal a whole cow?
Right.
Second, they're just in awe staring at this. They said they watched in disbelief as it dragged an entire cow. Do you know how heavy cows are?
Right,
Yeah.
we're
not
assuming
personally,
maybe
but-
incorrectly that this is a normal sized badger, right?
Right. This isn't a super bad.
You think it was a cow in a badger costume? Is what
Well, you
We're
say
not
Burying its
ruling
kin.
anything out at this point.
I like to think that the badger knew the cow and was like, how dare you? I'm going to give this cow a proper burial.
Actually, fun animal fact, cows do have best friends.
That's true. Did you know that a group of dead cows is known as a jerky? Okay, I made that up. That's not true, but it
like-
should be.
Making all sorts of names. A motorcycle club of ashnut trees.
Yes, exactly. So,
Are cows best friends with other cows?
Well, it
Right,
depends
not
on if that was a badger costume or an actual badger.
Right. You said they had the best friends. I'm just saying, are the friends other cows? I'm just,
I don't want to assume that's like,
This is a full-size cow you're talking
dangerous.
about here.
Full-size cow.
That's crazy.
I like that
looking
the
at
badger,
the black and white spots.
the badger buried an entire cow, and in its head was like, they'll never find this. There's a fresh hole that's like cow size. What do you don't think they're gonna look
This
for the
is
loose?
all mine.
It's like in the exact shape of a cow body, and it's like, got it, nailed it. This
And
is
there's a
gonna be
whole bunch
mine.
of like blood dragged like from the body.
Right.
How long did this take? This is just like an all-day affair.
It's a solid question. It does
60
not
seconds. It was
That would be news, right?
Yeah.
Just
Does
automatically.
say that you did it by itself. So what do you think? News? Not news.
Well, one real quick. Do you think the vulture scientists were like, the honey badger scientists are just going to give us so much shit for this? Like, we just did all their work for them. Like,
a new study comes out. We don't know anything about vultures, but honey badgers are sons of bitches.
they don't give a shit.
So news or not news?
What do you think, Michael? Is it news?
I'm gonna give it news. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. We did not expect this of the honey badger. So this is definitely new. It's exciting. Yeah, I give it news.
If he had used a shovel, I would have given it news. That's impressive. All right, this straight out of, I believe, Germany, which means it's got to be good. So Daimler, which used to be Daimler Chrysler, right? They had a shareholder meeting. This gentleman, Dietrich Müller, who's well known for pranking gatherings at companies ranging from Alliance to Bayer, used his allotted speaking time as a shareholder to criticize the board because he had not been invited to appear in species-appropriate attire. In other words, he demanded the right to be naked at the annual meeting.
Huh.
Yeah. He
Gotcha.
wanted, I am a shareholder, and I want to show you my share of my holdings. I'm holding my share right now.
Was this an outdoor event?
I don't know. But if there was a badger nearby, he might want to put something on.
yeah.
Lest he be buried in a human-shaped
buried.
hole in the ground.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm all for this man's right to join in at the shareholders party completely birthday suited.
Yeah, especially if it's Europe, right? I mean,
Right.
they're pretty liberal with that sort of thing. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think it's news that they didn't allow him to, or at least didn't put it on the invite. What do you guys think? News or not news?
I think anyone pushing the boundary of human experience
Jesus,
is
Sam.
news. So this is like a nudist pioneer we're witnessing here.
Right. And they pioneered all over each other's faces.
With their
You get twice, Keith. You get twice for that joke, okay?
So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, this is news because
He's gonna be in a coin someday.
we all need new heroes for this new
gonna be on a
age.
He's a pioneer. Yeah,
He's a pioneer. We need role models.
Just a naked coin. Just with one thing jutting out the middle of it. You're like, this won't go in the slot. It's too wide.
It's going to
Yeah,
be
I
his
get
front
that a
on one
lot.
side, his ass on the other end. That'd be great.
You can stack them. Just to get them just right,
Human
though.
centipede, but with coins.
Oh, wow. This got weird real fast.
Yeah, but
all because
awesome.
some chud doesn't want to wear pants.
Well, it happens.
Well, speaking of chuds, engineer builds robot and marries it after failing to find a wife.
You're mine now.
Yup. Faced with near constant rejection, he took the enterprising approach and built himself a wife instead.
How do we know it's a girl?
Ooh.
I think you have to have DNA to be male or
saying.
female.
It might be a gay robot. We don't know.
We don't know.
I
Well-
mean, it's an Asian guy and a very robotic robot.
Like,
Does
is
the
it-
robot have a name?
Yeah.
It just
Oh, threw him for a loop.
Ying, who weighs 30 kilograms, is able to speak a few simple words and can identify Chinese characters.
Which is basically what I look for in a woman.
He says he's somewhat disappointed
That's
that
like
she
weird.
lacks
That's
domestic
I
skills.
bet actually hard to find. Actually, like to hit that trifecta
Yeah.
right on the mark.
Right, that is. Those are some
30
rare things.
kilos, recognizes some Chinese.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't want too fluent.
It gets worse though.
Yeah.
Disappointingly, she's lacking in domestic skills and has not yet really learned to walk. I feel like she's just a giraffe.
That's a.
She's in Detroit. She's
That's a
belly
requirement.
crawling. That's what it is.
It's both sexist and mystifying, that sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the order of that.
Yeah.
No domestic skills, also can't walk.
Right.
It's a weird order.
And ableist, right? A little ableist.
I'm just reading the article, man. It wasn't me.
It's a weird order. Like you would think with you'd start with can't walk, PS.
Right.
Domestic
Also
skills.
can't do anything.
Additionally.
You know, but like, I mean, what criteria are we using for like wife here? Because this sounds like a piece of metal that a guy.
The fact that he married her.
Right,
Like
that's
literally
true.
it's ceremony and everything.
If he wanted one that actually did domestic service, I have a Roomba that basically fits.
Right.
I think
Put her on the Roomba.
It might recognize a Chinese character. I
Is
don't
this
know.
robot human shaped?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
It
Just to
has a very,
specify.
very bad rubber mask on it.
Gotcha.
They all
Oh.
do for some reason.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like, do
never
the
good.
horrifying robot store only sell one mask?
it's just
Right.
the James Kirk mask like from Halloween.
My favorite thing, though, in
some
all of the
eyeliner on it,
pictures,
it's fine.
she's got like this traditional sort of, I guess, in an Asian Chinese wedding, they cover the bride's face with what's the word?
This is
Cloth.
good.
A cloth.
That's
Yes.
right.
So she's covered. Her face is completely covered in like 9 out of 10 pictures.
Nice.
So he's just like, no, this is my wife. Don't
Probably
worry
for
about
the
it.
best.
Don't
look,
ask.
Don't look too hard.
Don't
look
worry
too hard.
about it.
It's fine.
Okay, last but not least.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
News, not
what?
news.
News or not news?
I'm going with not news. And the reason why I'm going with not news is just because I feel like, we've had people marry their pillows. We've had people marry their Tamagotchis.
Yes,
I
but
don't
this
feel
one
like this
can't do
guy's-
housework.
Right, that's true. I didn't think. No, I don't
Yeah, the
feel like this
pillows
guy's
totally
pushing
can. The
enough.
new ones
yes,
can, at least.
yeah. I don't feel like he's pushing enough boundaries personally.
Yeah,
We
it sounds like
basically-
this guy wrote this article. Like,
Yeah.
look, I made a robot and married it.
Yeah.
You
How
know?
cool am I?
Right.
Yeah.
It has feathers and it flies.
It's very
Experts
infectious.
now think
This
that
is very
robots had
sensitive.
feathers.
All right, we're basically out of time, so I'm just going to tell you just the headline. Maybe next week I'll get to this. Apparently, Gwyneth Paltrow might be trying to kill you. Just something we could have gotten to if we had more time.
Wait, that should have been the first one. That is like very much news. That's
Yeah.
something that affects me. That's like
My
shocking.
life
Come
could be
back-
in danger.
Come back at 11 and we'll give you more details.
All right, sounds good.
That cliffhanger next week, why Gwyneth Paltrow might be trying to kill you.
You could be in grave danger. Tune in tomorrow.
Exactly. I'm now using cliffhangers to get people to listen
You
to this
could die
goddamn show.
tonight.
It's a proven method.
Yeah, it actually works really well. Another great method to get people to listen to our show we found is playing good music. We don't have that tonight, but we
Nice
do have a track
segue.
from you guys.
Zing.
So this is a track that you have, one of the tracks that have been 5 years in the making, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about this particular track?
This is 1,000 pounds, right? We're
Yes.
playing that
Mhm.
one. Well, the first thing to know about this song is that it's had about 1,000 names as well. Because the original title of it was Pretentious and Unwieldy. It was 1,000 ruber pounds of tension, which is the chorus of the song, which is a pretentious and unwieldy chorus.
And then it moved to like 1,375
yeah,
kilos.
it got down to like, it got maximalist, it got minimalist. There was like, the name 1,000 got to just 1K, and then we just went to, we went back to 1,000 pounds. So
1K
vital to understand the song.
I pushed for 1 KLB.
Yeah.
Victor, I couldn't get it.
1KLB.
Couldn't get it.
No?
So this song, I never know quite what to say about my songs because they mean one thing to me, and it seems like no one ever hears that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So basically,
Tell us what it means to other people.
this song. Yeah, I don't know what this one means to other people, but this is one of those songs that has that little spooky music effect that some songwriter friends of mine have confirmed every so often. You write a song and you don't really know where it comes from or what you're trying to say. It's just sort of random stuff out of your lyric book, and then a year later you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh my god, I was going through something really specific and like obvious, and if I only looked at my own writing I would have like had a bunch of shit figured out, but I just suffered.
I didn't take my own advice.
So this is one of those songs for me.
Well, let's take a listen to it, and we'll just hear a sample of 1,000 pounds, and maybe that'll spark a little bit of where you were from.
Sure.
So it goes a little like this.
This is heavy.
Those words, hold on.
There is no light in Sleepwalkers Land.
She the earth's rose supposed to feel on any scale for anyone looking.
So we're getting kind of a sense of a passage of time there. So what was it that was happening that made you inspired to write this?
Well, the whole album is, to get deep and heavy for a sec, is sort of was written and recorded in a kind of rough time in my life, and in my mid-20s, kind of figuring out a lot of psychological, emotional stuff. So
that's where the good stuff comes from,
right?
Yeah,
hopefully. So this song, I think, just mirrors some of those times for me, uncertainty in myself and in relationships, and then feeling like you're part of a big and different universe at the end, full of people who don't care about it, which is like completely true.
And
it's
pretty
100%
universal.
accurate about reality.
I mean, that's pretty universal. A lot of people have felt that same way. So I don't think you're alone. It sounds like something that people can relate to. Is this a song that you guys are going to be playing out live?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Our set these days is pretty much only new material.
That's great. So you've got, again, for those people who didn't catch it and you just decided to start a podcast in the middle of it, they have shows. Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers are playing April 14th at George's in Canton, Ohio, April 16th at PJ's Lager House in Detroit, Michigan, and May 12th back in the area in Baltimore, Maryland at the Crown. And this is, you just heard the song 1,000 Pounds. If you want to hear the entirety of that song, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this podcast, and you can hear the entire song, and come on back and join us here as we move on to This Week in History. So this
Nobody
week in
can see
history-
it, but everybody wiggles when
Yeah.
this song plays.
Oh, it's such a great song.
How can you not wiggle?
It's so
That's
wiggly.
So this week in
Could do a
history,
little finger dance.
yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna hit you with a whole bunch of stuff that happened in and around this date in
Yep.
history. You thought that was going somewhere else, and you can decide what the most relevant thing is. Again, a couple weeks ago, butter won. So
Yeah.
doesn't
Any
really
criteria.
matter. Yep.
Any
I see
criteria.
it. I got you. Sure.
Yeah.
So, April 3rd, 1776, Congress authorizes privateers to attack British vessels. So in other words, pirates!
Woo, pirates!
The government has endorsed pirates, and I don't think that they can take it back. I'm out.
That's part of pirate law.
I'm out.
Pirate
I'm
hookers!
I found out as I discovered this, I realized what I want to do with the rest of my days. So later, losers, I'm buying a sword, some boots,
Yeah?
and wearing nothing else.
Pirates are really quite dangerous and violent, but a lot of people don't know this. They rub their faces together.
As a mating
Yeah,
ritual.
yeah, it's true. They're
Their
very,
beards are very soft.
Yeah.
Recent fossils
They're
have proved that.
yeah, they're
Right, recent
sensitive
pirate
lovers.
fossils.
Pirate paleontology
Yeah.
has uncovered
Totally.
this.
They were
But
doing
the whole reason they did this was basically the government had no money to build a navy, but they had money to pay other people to do it.
yes.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, like private contractors. It's basically,
Perfect.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Just steal another navy. Navy is what you do.
Yeah.
We'll have this boat. Thank you.
Did you put a flag on it? No, mine.
Ours. Well, I think that ties in quite well with something that happened in 1778. A lot of people don't know this, but the Irish-born New Orleans businessman Oliver Pollock, he invented the dollar symbol.
What?
Yeah, that happened in 1778. So we had a couple of years where we had said, we're a country. we don't know what we're spending.
We're using like pounds
Right.
before.
I
This
don't-
is something I legitimately didn't know. It's-
Yeah, I think we
Man.
just had to spell it out. So there were like gangster rappers with like chains that just said dollar. Right?
DOLLAR.
yeah. This is really heavy. Can we find some way to condense this?
Yeah. Well, now we have this sign. Cool. Make it 3 times as big, please.
Yes.
My question is, did the original one have one line through the S or two? Because there's some like debate, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I remember when I was a kid, I used to do it too. That's right. I don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
I think if you're a baller, you use two.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
And if you're an accountant, you use one for time.
back in 17,
That's exactly the description.
I like to think that he was just like, I don't like S's. And like he just crossed this
And they're like,
S out.
brilliant new symbol. And he's like, yeah, I thought so too. It was
I like to
just
think
that-
that he was just way too trash, and he just, oh, hey, that looks pretty good,
Right.
actually.
And somebody was like, that's a great symbol. Can I buy it from you? And he's like, It's $1.
It's one of these.
Oh, cool. Is that what it means? Yes.
Sure.
Also, in related news, a lot of people don't know that in 1778, the singer and performer $1 was not very popular. That was
Whoa, really?
She was way too drunk. I just thought that she keeps crossing out the S. Are we supposed to say it or not?
she was before her time at that point. That's why Oliver Pollock created it. It's like, you need a shorter
You need
name.
something. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, let's see here. In 1862, Washington, D.C. officially abolished slavery.
Oh, well, that's good.
And
Would have been nice a little earlier, but
Yeah,
you know.
A little late, but
And soon thereafter, in 1944, the Supreme Court rules that black citizens are eligible to vote in all elections. So it didn't take that long.
Wow.
You know, hey,
Only
they're
80
people.
years.
Wait for it. Keep waiting for it. Yeah, you guys can vote. It's cool.
It was a little less than that, right? Because it was more like, you're not property. And then like,
and then
talk,
like you don't say anything, after that. Just like
talk, tick.
Women are people.
You're-
And wait, you still got another 25 years. Sorry, guys.
We're gonna call it sharecropping now. That's really what it.
Right. That sounds businessy and
yeah.
official.
Sharecropping was like the first Amway, right? Where it's like,
you like upsell an idea.
yeah, like it's all
Oh
bullshit.
no, it's just the best way to lose
Ooh.
friends.
you
Man,
want to be
that's a
your
good
own
idea.
boss? Sharecropping.
It's not slavery. It's just the same system of injustice and
Yeah.
hatred.
It's
and-
just horrible. You can't
hard.
make any money.
yeah.
And now,
If you loved it before, you're gonna love it now.
exactly. Do you like essential oils? Welcome to sharecropping.
How about some bath salts in your face?
Do you want some leggings that are rare?
The more you buy,
Yeah.
the more money you have.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Of course it does. That's called economics.
So in 1882,
Okay, 20 years
Jesse
later.
James, whom we have brought up before, we talked about. I think we mentioned when he was born and when he robbed his first bank.
When he made a motorcycle.
And on this date, he was shot to death by fellow gang member Bob Ford, who betrayed him for reward money after a 16-year crime spree. After robbing the first national bank, the second national bank, the fifth national bank,
Oh.
and then going back and doing the third and fourth national bank.
No one saw that coming.
Nope, that's why I made it 16 years.
Right,
Always
right.
changing it up.
And they
Brilliant.
ran out of there and said, ha ha! And you can tell them it was Sammy Cooper and the Sleepwalkers that did you in.
I like that the
we
guy.
learned non-linear bank robbing from,
Yeah.
from Jesse J.
I like the.
yeah.
I like the fact that that somebody killed Jesse James, and I have no idea what his name is.
Right? How did I not
Bob
know that?
Ford.
Bob
Bob
Ford.
It's a dumb name.
chud.
It's a
Yes.
dumb name.
It's in the title of that movie about the event, the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, right?
Oh yeah,
And I still forgot it until that moment.
Yeah.
Bob Ford is like the most.
Bob Ford.
That's the most pedestrian name you could possibly make.
Right.
He got killed by Bob Ford. You just see Jesse James like, no, not him.
Yeah.
Like it's just Doc
anybody but
Holliday.
that guy.
Jesse James is like, you've heard my name. That's a cool name.
Right.
Doc Holliday's got a cool name. Wyatt Earp, that's not even a real name.
Just if he shot me,
Bob
I'd be okay
Ford.
with it.
Right?
But no.
Or at least if he had three names.
Right,
you know,
right,
like
right.
every assassin in history has three names, except for Bob Ford.
Bob Rutherford Ford. That's two Fords, though. That's two Fords. I wonder if people knew who Bob Ford was before Henry Ford came along. Like, maybe he was actually like a pretty popular,
I like-
well-known guy, and then Henry Ford came over, and they're like, well, that's the real Ford. We're
Yeah.
going with
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
I like to think his middle name was also Ford, so it was Bob Ford Ford.
Ford squared.
It's Robert Ford.
But yeah, Jesse James is like, couldn't Dillinger go back in time and kill me? 'Cause this is embarrassing.
I'd rather have Kesha murder me.
And also just for reward money. Like, it's not like a great store. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like your buddy turned you
Motherfucker,
in.
in order to get that reward money, you gotta bring my body over to the authorities, and they know you robbed that shit with me.
Right.
So,
For
What are you
16
gonna do?
years. It's a long crime spree.
right.
It's a long-
Right. That wasn't his real name. So he started off as like, Sam Cooper, right? Something cool.
Yeah.
And then he
So
killed
cool.
Jesse James. He's like,
So cool.
oh, and who are you? And he's like,
Ted.
Bob Ford. I'm Bob Ford.
He sees a truck, Bob Ford.
Yeah.
Bob Ford.
Good old Bob Ford. Good job.
That's a name you could trust.
Right.
Bob Ford.
He was originally like Tony Slayer, you know, and then they're like, "Are you Tony Slayer?" Bob Ford. Bob Ford. That's the only
Charlie Cactus Fire. No, Bob Ford.
Bob Ford. I mean, God.
What? I just think of
That's
cacti
a cool name, and you
on
know it.
fire, and for some reason they explode in my mind, and needles go everywhere.
Yeah,
Running
and he
water
doesn't look at
buffalo.
the explosion. He just keeps walking.
Yeah.
And his ass itches
Never.
for 2 weeks.
Never looks back, despite the fact that he's like, "Whoa, how do we even make explosions this old?"
Just keep walking, Charlie. Just keep walking.
I'm walking because I'm scared.
It's Bob. Thank you.
Bob Ford. All right, so these are kind of tied together. Kind of an interesting coincidence. I didn't write down the date. I think it was April 4th, okay? But the same day, calendar day. In 1973, on this particular day, the World Trade Center was dedicated at 1,350 feet and 110 stories. It was the tallest building in the world.
Dun, dun.
10 years later, there was the maiden voyage of the Challenger. Now, its first voyage went perfectly well. The thing is, both of these things were christened on the same day, 10 years apart. Don't build anything on that day.
Right,
Is
it's
what we've
done.
learned.
Yeah.
Like if it's May 4th and you're like, hey, I'd like to close on my house. Oh, we're going to close on May 4th. Let's make it the 5th. Can we do
Yeah.
it? Because
Wait,
Push it back.
which Challenger mission was it that exploded?
I don't know how many it was. I think maybe
was
the
an-
second.
86 or something.
Yeah, it
Was it
19
that many?
It was 86.
Right,
No,
yeah.
it wasn't that many.
That was like
1986.
86 missions.
No, 1,986
Yeah.
missions.
They really got their work out of that.
Right. No wonder the shuttle exploded. It was
So, yeah.
tired.
So it did explode. In 1986 is when it exploded. That was 73 seconds into the launch, obviously resulting in the death of all 7 crew members, including a civilian school teacher.
Both things were completed on the same calendar day. It was like what the Titanic was too. Like what are the other
Yeah,
things?
that's what I'm
what are the
wondering.
things we don't know about?
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, if you have to bring like your car to the mechanic, you might want to wait a day.
Right.
'Cause you'll be like, hey, we got it all fixed up for
It's
you.
fine.
You'll drive it. Just, boom.
Well, no, the
Okay.
repairs would be fine if you bought a new car
Yeah.
on on
Christmas
April 4th.
Nothing new.
Right.
Nothing new on the
Yeah.
And you
board.
just smash champagne on it. This is my car now. I christened you the land yacht.
Every time you get pulled over, you're going to smell like champagne forever now.
Right.
Nice
Have you been
job.
drinking? No, the car. The car was drinking.
Don't
Car's
try this
drunk.
with ponies either. Breaking bottles over their head to christen them just doesn't work.
Now, I don't believe this was on the exact same day, but it was in the same week in 1993, what they call life imitating art. Actor Brandon Lee is killed while filming his death scene in the movie The Crow when a prop gun accidentally fires a real bullet.
I totally
How
remember
does
that.
accidentally happen?
I don't know.
How do you accidentally load up a fake gun?
A lot of conspiracies, man.
With a
There's
real
stuff
bullet.
going
There
on
are
with it.
conspiracies. I think the official thing, the official ruling was something like they packed it twice. You know,
Yeah.
there was a blank inside, but then there was like another blank, or I don't know how it works, but like something flew out of the gun and.
I like
and-
that 2 blanks make a bullet.
Right, like I've never
it should-
understood that.
If I took a blank and add another blank, I just should have a lot of blanks.
That's how you get
That's
real bullets.
That's Minecraft logic right there.
Right,
You put
Everybody's
two blanks
super
together,
mad
get
that
one
it was
bullet.
extra loud. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I was playing Hangman, I would need 6 blanks to get bullet. Like,
Right.
that would be- there's no other way. I don't understand how
That was a pun, and I hate you so much.
that wasn't a pun.
That was totally a
literally
pun.
not. No, it was a play on words. Eat your words. And so,
Ooh, it's
I'll see you in the parking lot.
close call.
yeah.
Shit, no. My mom said I had to be nice to you.
So yeah, we don't know. We heard that there may have been like a Chinese mafia that like
Sure.
set
Yeah.
things up or anything like that.
Always is.
Or it was like a really dumb prop guy who was like, so no bullets or bullets? Are we doing, this is a movie, but we're doing, so bullets. We're doing bullets?
Nope.
No
No.
bullets. Okay.
Nope.
We're really
bullets.
shooting him, right?
Right.
No, we're not.
All right,
we're
everybody,
shooting
we
him.
ready to shoot? Yeah, I'll put the bullets in. No, not that shoot. We're not
No
shooting.
bullets. Is there a comma in there?
Yeah. No bullets. No bullets. Got it. Okay.
Cool.
No, we're putting bullets in it. Got it. Okay, great.
Bang. He died.
Nose and yes. Nose
Yeah.
and yes. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah.
All right, everybody, we're shooting a movie. Okay, I'll put the bullets in. That's not how you shoot a movie. That's the wrong kind of shooting.
Dude, guy died. Like, well, what'd you think was gonna happen? I put bullets
You
in
told
it.
me to put bullets in the gun.
And cut.
Yeah, I remember that. My cousin, who's only like 6 months older than me, she had such a huge, all like girls around that like 12, 13-year-old,
Sure.
huge crush on Brandon Lee, wearing Brandon Lee shirts. She had a Brandon Lee poster.
Well, it was the Crow specifically, like that look.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was that.
Yeah.
It was that entire look.
People were like, it was all women and then guys who were at goth clubs.
Oh, I think in high school I did a Brandon Lee for Halloween. It's embarrassing. Yeah, well, it was easy. That's why it was
basically-
really easy.
It was whoever later became the Joker from Batman Returns or whatever.
Right.
it
It's
is.
exactly that.
It's the same people.
It's the same people, just a decade apart.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
just the
generational
kids
gap.
of the '90s were the Crow, and those same kids 10 years later were the Joker.
Yeah, because I
Right,
saw
like-
the Joker, like the new one that they did, and I was like, oh yeah, that's just the Crow, but with color. Like, that was,
Yeah.
So, all right. So the big question comes down. We've given you a lot of things over history that have happened. What is the most historically important thing in history to you?
Well, I'm tempted to say, Brandon Lee's death because it influenced the landscape of Halloween parties for countless
It
human
did.
generations.
It did.
Right?
But I think I have to
Where
go
people,
with the
people came to Halloween parties and were like, so bullet or not bullet? You're like, I don't know.
no.
What party is this? Is this
So
a
I
bullet
I
party?
brought a prop gun and a real gun.
Yeah, Michael.
How good is this party?
Michael, next Halloween, I'll come as the Crow and you can come as the prop guy.
All right,
and that'll
sounds
be our
good.
couple's costume.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
I'm
No one
gonna
else
have
will
to
get it.
say DC slavery ending though, because it was not only a step in the right direction, of
Yeah.
course, but also emblematic of how fucked up and hypocritical this country is.
That's true.
Yeah, we're kind of assholes if we don't say that one, so we're definitely saying
yeah,
that
you,
one.
you
Yeah.
had to
How
to
can we
bring
not?
that one out.
Oh, well, I'm glad you guys said that, but we're assholes every day.
No,
I'm
go
putting me
ahead.
and Keith here.
Yeah,
So,
we have to look good.
And Victor's gonna pick pirates. I
Right,
know
yeah,
it
it's
already.
pirates.
what do you?
It's fine.
Why do you think I selected that one and I put it first?
With an
Chronological
exclamation
order?
point, no
I
less.
had one that came before pirates. I was like, I can't say that. I gotta say pirates
Nah.
first.
We're starting
So,
with pirates.
yeah,
Nothing happened before pirates.
before the government endorsed piracy,
Right. That's
and they're mad at us for downloading illegally.
I do like that
You
the
paid
government.
people.
I like that the government was like, should we get in bed with pirates or let black people be free? And they were like, pirates.
Pirates are good.
Clearly pirates.
Pirates came more than 100 years, or
Right.
like almost 100 years before, the end of
Should we
slavery.
pay criminals to do our
Or
dirty
treat
work?
human beings like human beings. Oh, let's definitely pay the criminals.
I like that they paid pirates before they paid black people.
Here's a
Yep.
sword. Do
Right.
something with the sword. Like, go have fun.
Go do it. You're gonna be awesome.
And you can tell them it was Sam Cooper and the Dreamwalkers.
All right, so we have that was the pretty obvious answer, I think. So we've gone with the most historical important thing being the abolition
Pirates.
of pirates.
The abolition of pirates.
Pirates is a legit choice though, because like I learned today that there might not be a United States without a bunch of pirates
Rubbing their faces together.
rubbing their faces together.
Affectionately.
It's like the precursor to Blackwater, though, right? I mean, that's crazy cool.
That is true. That's
Right?
kind of a really valid point.
yeah.
That is the one. All right, so let's get back to what's really important. Besides
Pirates.
and that's pirates.
Back to pirates. I want to talk about pirates more.
No, we're talking
90s
about
movie trivia.
yeah. We're talking about Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers. Again, if you didn't hear the clip because you are now going into a third of a podcast one, I like to imagine that someone's like, I'm going to skip the first bit.
Minute
Just kidding.
48.
You can fast forward to the 1 hour mark and listen to their entire track entitled 1,000 Pounds. Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers are going to be going on tour April 14th and 16th. They're going to George's in Canton, Ohio, and then PJ Lager's house in Detroit, Michigan. And then they're coming back May 12th at the Crown in Baltimore, Maryland. So check them out. If people wanted to check out more of your music or get in touch with you, what would be a good way to do that?
Just go to samcoopersleepwalkers.com. It's our website, and there's easy links to Facebook and Bandcamp and everything you could possibly want.
Now, is that Sam with or without an H?
Well,
Sam.
I get that question all the time.
Yeah.
Every
and
day.
Again, when I chose to legally change my name to this, it was a big thing in my mind, but I went without an H.
Okay,
just
so
the
it's
reg-
like the Jon John, the
yes.
SAM Sam.
It's
Got
the
it.
new. It's like the JON, version of Sam.
Got it.
The
So
SAM.
no H in Sam.
Yeah, glad we cleared that up.
That makes sense. And a lot of people don't know this. Just to clear it up, when they go to the link, they have to make sure that the S is a $sign.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly correct.
So
Thank you, that guy.
So what we'd like to do is there have been studies and science that has said that all types of memories are linked to our senses. One of the most prolific being our olfactory sense, a sense of smell. But I think especially as musicians who've gone out on the roads, been in the studio, done shows live, I think we have our senses assaulted quite a bit. So what we'd like to do is kind of go through what it has been like being Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers by going through each of the 5 senses. You can kind of go back and forth, or if you both have a story, that's fine too.
We spent some time on this.
Okay.
We got
Do you
notes.
want any order? Or,
Well, I'll shout them out and you
shout
guys
'em out.
jump
We'll
on.
give, we'll
You
give it
guys
to you.
literally prepared ahead of time
Oh,
for
yeah.
this?
Don't tell people
my
that we're
God.
This is the
such
second
uber
draft
nerds.
too, by the way.
Just off
Promise
the top
not
of
to
your
say
head.
it on the air.
We're super drunk and on drugs right now.
Oh.
There's groupies in our laps.
Right.
That
As we
Sam-
record this,
Sam, we discussed this.
we're not holding notes
Right,
for
that-
what to say.
That piece of paper
next.
just has dozens of S's crossed out. That's all that's on it for your hatred of S's. You want to take it, Victor?
Sure. Let's
Pick
open
one.
up with, musicians in the studio. How about auditory?
I want to
So-
spin a wheel. Like I want to like.
Tick, 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 tick,
So,
tick. No one can see a wheel.
Yes, that's the best part.
The best thing for this that we could come up with is how often we are told how loud we are. I don't think we're that loud.
Is this when you're playing or just
When we're playing,
Okay. Just
all the
when
time.
we're playing,
That's
just all the
different.
time. They're like, sirs.
Justice people.
if it's like, can I have a beer?
Yeah, it's
Like,
really hard taking Michael anywhere.
right. I'd like some chicken tenders and a chalupa.
Dude, that's my mom. Stop yelling at her.
So basically, like, we play sort of dark, quiet. It's dynamic music. It gets
Sure.
quiet, it gets loud. But like, I never think we're not like a brutal death metal band. We're not playing out of Marshall stacks.
Right,
I have
sure.
low wattage amps and stuff. But we are time and time again asked to turn down. And there's 2 examples that I think like prove to me that we are objectively loud. Like that I'm not the only sane person on earth, and the rest of the crazy people are telling
Sure.
me that.
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
loud.
What's that?
One is that
Windows break.
we had a member quit because we
Yeah.
inflicted hearing damage upon
Holy
him.
shit.
Yeah.
And Shannon, if you're listening to this, we are sorry.
we're
for
sorry,
that.
man.
Apparently
But
he's not
he had to
listening.
quit the band because basically being in the practice room gave
Wow.
him hearing damage.
Tinnitus. Some severe tinnitus. Yeah.
So
Oh, my
there was
goodness.
that, and then
So over the
the other better story is we were asked very nicely by some professors that I knew at University of Maryland to play an event. There was like a pretty casual event. They wanted a rock band for the event, and so we were playing at this thing at University of Maryland. And the minute we play, like everyone leaves the room, right? Like
Right.
because it's too loud. Whatever, they want to talk.
Sure.
But we're playing, and they're like, "Oh, just keep playing. We can hear you outside on the terrace," which they could. Then. Right, like no problem.
Yeah.
But
Randy
then this,
Jackson
but
can
then
hear you
this guy
downstairs.
comes in through 2 sets of doors. Like we see him come from the terrace into the hallway, and then
Yeah.
through the doors into the ballroom where we're playing.
Right.
And he says, "Hey guys, it sounds really great, but would you mind turning down? My wife has a metal plate in her head, and outside on the terrace, you're vibrating it."
Holy shit.
Again, I'm like, we're not that loud, but apparently we are.
Tell that bitch to leave would have
Yeah.
been my response.
Well, I was like, that's what rock and roll is, man. But
Freedom.
yeah,
That's
so
not the music. Those are the magnets.
yeah, so,
Piracy.
so apparently we approach just like skull shattering, levels of
Almost
loudness all
literally.
the time. And I'm
That
not
would have been amazing
Yeah.
if her metal plate had vibrated so much it just
Right.
came out like a giraffe.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Well, it did come out like a giraffe, which
Yeah.
means it didn't come out.
Right, exactly.
but then now I'm jealous because now I feel like the only true pure way to experience music is via metal plate in the head. And
Right.
I'm never, without some horrible things happening to me, I'm never going to
Clearly.
experience that.
Right.
So
That
so
guy's
that's our
That guy's listening to this podcast right now. I was like, those idiots believe me.
I just hated them.
they just really sucked.
So what do you have for, let's say, the most
go.
prominent?
Yeah, we go with olfactory, which is
Yeah.
always a good one.
So this one was the no-brainer.
Yeah.
Of-
Oh, those are the best.
of the thing. So we were on a short tour to Austin, Texas to play at like an unofficial South by Southwest showcase. Ooh.
Which is like most of them.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're in a field.
We're like in a Mexican restaurant. It's like, all right,
Badger's
whatever.
burying
Cool.
a cow over there.
But we're playing a few shows on our way there, and our first stop was playing a show in Lexington, Kentucky. I have some friends, cool college town, really love it, and we played there, and we stayed with them that night with my friends.
Sure.
And when we left the next morning, because they're wonderful, lovely, healthy people, cut us up some vegetables in a bag to take on the road as snacks with us. And of course, we just promptly forgot about them. Threw them in the bottom of whatever center console in the van and just ate junk food and then piled all the junk food trash on top of the pepper bag. So it was just lost in the like archaeological detritus, like of the van of that week. No. And then we start a couple days later noticing a smell, and we can't figure out where it's coming from. We sort of were like, is it us? We take showers. They're like, no, it smells very plant-like and it's very, vegetable. And then basically it just gets worse and worse. We're like driving with the windows down. We're like, what the hell died in this van?
No one ever thought to clean the van out.
Yeah, I like that opening the windows.
The trash was just left there.
We're just gonna vomit the whole way there. Do we want to clean out the van? That's too much work.
It's fine.
It's fine. But on the day before we got home, we found this like putrid bag of peppers and like snap peas.
Right.
It's just mush. It had been baking in the Texas sun for a week. Just gone through it. It has just been cooking in itself. And like
you made soup.
Yeah, it was there was like intelligent life.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So if somehow you were to smell that exact smell again, you would go, oh, that was a good tour.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because
would trigger
like
some
something
memories.
like that has happened. The one time I like walked by a dumpster at my friend's apartment near Baltimore, and there was this like horrible pepper smell coming from it, and I was like, that reminds me of 2012 when I went to South by Southwest. That's pretty good. Pretty good times, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that put me off peppers for like a year.
You mean
sure.
Holy shit.
Like,
all you have to do is weaponize a pepper to no longer want to eat one.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. But that was like, as soon as I knew we were doing this, I was like, that's the story. That's the
Peppers.
one.
Peppers.
What does Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers have for the sense of touch?
You go ahead and tell this one.
All right.
Okay.
So for sense of touch,
Not reading it off a piece of paper.
not at all. They're just little notes. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It literally says touch.
Yeah, it just says touch.
Touch children.
So
Oh.
Keith.
What?
No.
You want to inspire them.
So
Right?
I'll give you the
So
one.
slap them? I don't know.
Yeah, touch their hearts and minds.
So horrible. So we stop at this gas station. Same tour. We stop at this gas station.
You
and
slapped a fat baby and moved on.
Yep. Very loud.
feeling.
And anyway, this was a little crappy gas station. Had like two pumps. It's like on the side of a mountain. There's like a little deli counter in there that's gross and grimy.
Yeah.
And then behind it, there's like it would look like outhouses, but they're not outhouses. They look like a separate building for bathrooms.
Sure.
And they have two doors. And you think, okay, male, female bathrooms, fine. But no. And alongside the door is a sign that says 24-hour massage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
This
we
can't be
were
bad.
I didn't go up and open the door, and I was like, there can't be like a staff person that works this little side of the
Just
road
a
gas
person
station.
with staff.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it just a chair in there? Like, yeah, we dare not.
It's a girl robot. That's what
Right,
look
right.
in there.
You didn't look?
No,
Oh, my
we didn't
God.
look.
You got to look.
The mystery was better. That's how I felt. So
The touch we're speaking of is an unknown touch.
Right.
That we can't decide if we're happy or unhappy not to know.
Right.
Like maybe it's good we don't know the touch of the 24-hour
I can
West
see,
Virginia
Station
backwards
massage.
gas station massage
You're like, do
door.
I want to be touched?
It's some guy laying there going, yeah, you can massage me anytime.
You open the door, there's just a badger. Drags you on to the massage table.
small thing of baby oil. That's great.
Is that the sound badgers
Yeah.
make? Keith?
Yeah.
And then you're
When they
like,
massage, yeah.
this is so relaxing. This
Hey,
is
don't
really
knock it till you
beautiful.
try it, man.
Right.
All right,
So,
we don't
on
have
your-
much time left.
On your many
We'll be
tours,
quick.
Yeah.
and disastrous things that you guys have done, what
All
have
of
you
them are
seen?
disastrous.
Yes, what have you seen that has made a mark on your memories?
So real quick, it's just
Oh, we're out of time.
no.
You're going to have to come back
too late.
again
Okay.
sometime and we'll go over the other sentences. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Coming up this week, April 14th, surprise attack at Velvet Lounge in Washington, D.C. April 15th, Total Recall at Red's Table in Reston, Virginia. Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers going to be in Canton, Ohio on April 14th and April 16th in Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to the AWH mob. Join it by liking us, following us, retweet us, and we will mention your name here on the show. Next week, the DC area folk metal phenomenon known as Second Guard. If you enjoyed the show, email us at contact@anotherwastedhour.com. If you hated the show, send it to the Yukon women's basketball team. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. Thanks to Kevin Evinger, to McNally22, Justin Rogers, Figmental Records, Alchemical Records, and the memory of Engineer Adam, which lives on in our hearts, for all of their contributions. Thanks to Victor for, and most of all, thanks to Sam Cooper and the Sleepwalkers for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
See the Earth's rotation, too fast to feel on any scale for anyone looking. A delicate edge, a candle's black wick. My intention is a city of windows unlit. To surface and linger, fighting every finger. 1,000 rumored pounds of tension. I've learned my lesson. Unsteady, my hard season, abandoning the nets for an uncertain beacon. A slippery hum on darkening shores. She's gone where I was before. And a threat of drowning to tumble asleep around me. 1,000 rumored pounds of tension. I've learned my lesson. It would rock the pretty teeth right out of your head to gasp an atmosphere so sugary.